Hello and welcome everyone back to another episode of Britballin Back to 2021. Are you 2020 in disguise by the sounds of it so far?
100.
I'm Mike, obviously joined by my wonderful angel of the north, Adam Wilkin. How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, mate. Happy New Year. I've got to say it on stream.
New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone's good and rested from pre-lockdown. Well, yeah, pre-lockdown, pre-Christmas.
Pre-lockdown, pre-Christmas, back to lockdown, never getting out of the house.
Yeah, definitely not back to Christmas, thankfully, though. Save a couple of quid. But I suppose the good news in all of this, I'm struggling to find some.
Is the Steelers lost? What?
Yeah, the Steelers lost, and weirdly enough, I don't know why I'm backing the Browns in this. And the Browns won. So, well done, guys. Well done to the Browns. Any Browns fans watching? Well done, guys. It's been a long time. I like to root for the underdog in these things, and the Browns have been all right this year. So, Chris Peel, first one in. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Welcome to the show, as always. So this is the first podcast of the year again. Adam, as you can see, has got himself a bit more of a professional setup this year. Doesn't look as much of a scruff. After me constantly berating him,
like this big thing growing off my lip, like that. That's not the best.
I know, yeah. I can't say that. I'm literally now the scruffy one of the two, but as you all know, I'm waiting for my new house, and once I'm in there, we'll get the professional setup like Adam's, and then we're all rocking and rolling.
Yeah, Chris, this is the first one of the year for us. We took some time off after 24 hours of non-stop streaming, so
non-stop shite, non-stop talking.
Absolutely second one, mate.
Well, breaking news. This is a first. Doug Pederson.
No one cares.
Doug Peterson's been sacked as head coach of the Eagles. I think that's tomorrow. It's been moved to, I think, Chris, from the Post. Double checking the group. Pretty sure it's tomorrow. If not, I'm not going to be there. No, I can't say a mill either. So tonight, a bit of a different one tonight. We're not going to go through. Unfortunately, there's no guest, so it's just me and the old Wilkin.
But we have got a guest. We have got a guest coming on later.
We don't know. Yeah, we've got a couple of guests really. So we've got one guest who we agreed during the 24-hour lockdown. So we have
we've ever done.
Another full-time member of staff who we have no control over, and he's called Britballin Tubes. We have no control over when he comes in and he gets to ask one question only in true Soccer AM style. So big up for that. He's going to come on every one of our shows. We have no control over when he comes on. He comes on, he asks us one of us a question, and then tomorrow. That's because Peel's in there. And then, have you seen what Baffer have posted on Facebook within the last hour? No, but Terrell, thanks for that. We will get a live reaction to that. How about I'll share my screen.
Are you going to search them now?
Yeah, I'm going to start. Yeah. We have been Baffer free this year, to be fair. Baffer bashing free. We've not had a podcast to bash. So COVID. Oh no! Don't want to share my screen. Do I add it to the stream? You can find the latest message for Pete Accolade, including a return to play FAQ on our website. Old Big Pete Dog's been out. So
commented in. The books
spoilers. Spoilers. It appears because we planned for the show for about an hour beforehand, and we have a chat about what we're going to talk about and stuff. I hope that everyone. I'm not going to read it out to everyone. We'll post a link in the comments, so if you want to pop on and have a look at that. Adam.
Now pull it up. Let's have a look.
Okay, there you go. Add to the screen. So I'm pretty much going to go live with this. We'll probably see the viewers plummet now because nobody wants to read live. Long and short of it. Hope everyone in the British American football community has managed a safe and pleasant festive break. Cheers, Pete.
Funny lad.
Another rise in infections because London went into tier 2 for some reason, and there was that bothered about there being It was that bothered about going to tier 2. They created another strand of the virus.
Yeah, they just pretend that there's actually another one when really it's just the same one, and they just don't wash their hands of dirty buggers.
2 burning questions. Will there be a 2021 season? If not, the most important question, will I get a refund? I can answer the second one for you. No.
No. No, they did come out and say that they would do refunds and things, didn't they?
Hopefully, if people have paid. He plans to hold 2 virtual town hall style meetings over the coming weeks for the contact, one for the contact and one for the flag community. During these sessions, he'll give us an update in plans. So
where are we basing this town hall on, mate? Because it's like a Newcastle town hall, they're gonna get egged and all sorts. Yeah,
events, dear boy, events. The season is basically delayed, but planning to still have one. Yeah, so this is really going to shape this. All of our this is going to be the first 30 minutes of our podcast right out the pissing window. Because we was going to speculate whether this was going to be the case. So thanks, Pete. You obviously don't watch the show, but thanks for ruining that last second. Please stay home, stay safe, wash hands, face, space, and all that stuff. So the question: what can I expect from Baffa? They'll continue on the return to play.
I hate the new logo.
Do you? What, Filton Pride's logo?
It is. That's what I mean. Like, they've just copied Filton Pride's logo, haven't they? How much does that cost?
How much is that going to set them back for a full rebrand of that nature?
That's
easy. 1,500 quid. That 1,500 quid with a website update. You're probably talking 2.5 bags there.
No, I mean, I'm not even bothered about the website. I just mean that logo. How much they paid to copy Filton Pride's logo?
It would have been a part of the wider, greater marketing spiel bullshit.
I mean, the website, I'm not complaining about the website. The website looks decent compared to what it used to.
Just a bit of content won't go amiss on it. We'll up to date flex these points. I know. Okay, will there be a National League season? Here we go. Set your expectations. It's going to be different to what we used to. No surprises there. That's a Stocker logo. I bet you I could find that logo. Johnny knows. Give me 10 minutes, I'll find that logo. So sorry, guys, we are just reading.
I don't even care anymore. Don't even care.
Our competent leads work with different scenarios based on able to restart. The season for all formats is likely to start later than usual and run into the autumn, bringing a potential overlap to manage for adult contact teams with the start of the 21 to 22 Bucks preseason, and that one should go ahead as normal. There also may be few less games. There may be few less games, tournaments, reduced travel, particularly for contact, where there's greater risk of close contact. They'll be looking at additional measures they need to put in place to making sure we can resume safely.
That's crazy, that though, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I'm just going to see if before I go speculating on stuff, I just want to try and get this in my head. So I'd read all the actual guidelines on the government website and stuff before the show, but this is kind of going to, I reckon, put this to bed.
The best thing that I've found on that, right, is are GB or Premier Team players classed as elite athletes, and can they continue to train? No. Destination individuals to make their living from competing in sport. I mean,
yeah. So, did you get? I don't think I got my refund last year, but I'm pretty sure they did it. I heard they did do it. Refunds for coaches will be discussed. Why would coaches not get a refund, but players would? Big question there. So they've committed to giving players. Is it because the teams play for the coaches' refunds, do you think?
No.
What about university football? Yeah, well, to be fair, we're in a national lockdown. The season will be over by the time it starts, so I'm pretty sure, as people have commented so far, I think that one's done. What can I do in the meantime? Go to the gym, watch film, argue with teammates.
I've seen this. Adam, with your background in the younger version of the game, do you feel there should be an equal or more effort to have books that youth seasons getting back to playing adult? Like,
question that.
For me, a virus is a virus, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, everyone should be getting back to when it's safe to do so.
If you had to choose, gun to your head, what's more
Gun to
important?
my head right now, I don't give a shit about adult football, me.
I love it.
Don't care whatsoever, you know what I mean? Go play cricket or something. I don't give a monkeys.
Yeah, but nobody wants a full podcast about youth. We've already discussed this.
I know that, but like in all honesty, like I've got kids in as well as all the other teams. I've got kids that have got potential to actually do something in the sport. Whereas like a 45-year-old man running around on a muddy pitch, like
the only point I would disagree on you there though is. It's a good point because I understand the importance of youth football. I feel, though, as a youth, you've got more outlets and avenues to explore different things at this stage. So what I'm trying to say is I've not got a life outside of American football and my family. So American football is my release, really. So, and I imagine a lot of people are the same. So for them to lose that...
just have yourself a Tommy tank, mate. Do you know what I mean? You'll be all right.
I think more people.
I know what you're saying. Like, I know adults obviously use this as well as like a release, and it's good exercise and all the other stuff people promote for it. But at the end of the day, like, if I had to choose one right now, like you said, with a gun in my head, I wouldn't care if adult football didn't exist. I really wouldn't. Like,
and the viewers plummet. Thank you, Adam, for your excellent insight.
God, no,
everyone who's interested, we've just got a new audience, a youth one.
Yeah, no, but I'm pretty sure that people can understand where I'm coming from by that. Like, the kids are the future, and I mean, there's kids now that have gone from playing in a national under-17s final that were right on the borderline of that age group to now going to have to play adult football. Like, they're not going to get a junior season. Yeah, not going to get any junior football. So they're going to go from 5-a-side to 11-a-side. And this is where we fall down.
Yeah. I think one of the things we can see here is obviously that we're back to stage one now of the plan. So what I'll do is I'll bring up this plan now. So I'll bring this up. So it's not the most highest. It's not the highest res. Come on, Baffer, give us a higher res one. Stop spending money on logos. Get higher res ones of these. This is a PowerPoint if I've ever seen it. So the return to play roadmap. Obviously, stage one is obviously home-based virtual activity. So I know a couple of teams are already doing that. So that's where we're at right now, and I think we'll remain there for a long period of time. Stage two, individual fitness skills in small groups, max of 6. So stage two, I'm assuming, was stage two in tier 4?
Well, you can't do anything at the minute, is it? It's all stage one at the minute.
Yeah, everything's stage. I'm just trying to think when we come down the tiers where this is going to be. So if we're looking at let's say we're here now, which is January, obviously.
Stage one.
Yeah, stage one, and let's say stage two. They're for me, they're pretty close. As soon as you're allowed out again out of national lockdown, we move straight back to stage two. So let's say we get out of the national lockdown in February.
You'd be lucky to get out in Feb.
Yeah, I say at best we get out in Feb. Then we've got September, October, and then January and March. Maybe that was. I'm just trying to think. Is that a month-on-month progression? So are we looking at 3 months from today?
It did go like month-on-month sort of thing. The last one.
Yeah. So would it be 3 months from when we come out of lockdown? So that would be February, March, April, May for the start. Is that what we're potentially looking at?
I think that's what they're going to hope for, but realistically, I don't think that's what it's going to be.
And then how much time frame is it? Is it 12 weeks you need to have with the team before a season starts? I'm pretty sure I've heard that as well.
Nah, it's a load of crap.
Oh, is it?
I mean,
not a set period of time.
Nah, uni teams. Some uni teams only get 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean? So they can't exactly say that for an adult team, but
yeah,
I can't see many coaches allowing any rookies to play. So if you're depending on rookies playing, because you're going to remember now, you're going to be missing 2 years worth of players.
Yeah, and with there being little to no season, what's been that appetite for rookies to join the sport? I don't know whether the season, to be fair, I don't know how much British American football, this is going to sound strange, has an impact on rookies joining the sport, if that makes sense. So I think the NFL has a bigger impact.
Well, yeah, it does. But realistically, people now that you're going to miss 2 years of this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people taking up all sorts now. I mean, look at us. We were bored, so we started a frigging podcast.
This is true.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's there we go. We used to get 3 Sundays from rookie days to game 1. Yeah, so there you go. Like, for me, I just can't.
Nice cats.
But that's back when you didn't expect rookies to be kitting up, or they would kit up, but there would be very little game time. Whereas now, some teams friggin' rely on rookies to get through a season.
I mean, I think I've been thinking about this, and dare I say, this is now where you need to think about the kind of structure of the sport. And I think, whilst it's probably not more of a hypothetical thought, I think just allowing the Prem to return should be something they should consider because of that rookie safety issue. If you're going to get a full season, I believe that should be the elite, the top of the game, which should be the Prem level. Now, that's going to be a controversial comment, and it's probably biased because I will probably look to play in the Prem. But one, it drives people to join those teams, which I'm not saying they should do, but what we've both discussed previously, if you have aspirations to be a good player, go find a Prem team and play for it. I think we're both on the same kind of line with that. So I think that the focus really should be to get the national programme back and to get the Premiership back, North and South. I'd be interested to know people's thoughts because I'm sure there's guys in Div 2 and Div 1 who severely disagree with me there. But if that's the pinnacle of our sport, then surely that should be our focus to get that back up and running and support that as much as possible, because then you are limiting the risk because you're not putting as many teams involved in that.
I think what we need to do realistically as a sport is, instead of doing this roadmap that you've got here on the screen, is say, listen, we're not going to have a season here. We're not going to have a season. We're not going to announce a season until we know when things are going to happen. Now, it might end up that we end up being a winter sport because that's when things come back together. Now, for me, it doesn't really make a difference. I've said before, kids should be playing in the winter anyways instead of in the summer. Yeah, and it makes sense for me. But
I think the problem with that is there's far too much crossover with books, and there's too many players who do both, and there's too many coaches who do both.
Yeah, I get that, but are we trying to develop the sport here? Are we not? Like, look at me. I do both. I coach both. But realistically, I probably shouldn't. Should I really? Let's be honest.
I suppose that
it takes up a hell of a lot of time. Like, as a coach, it doesn't really matter. You can probably go from one to the other. But as a player, having those back-to-back seasons,
I think gut feel. That's an interesting point. Like, let's say hypothetically they moved it to winter. What do you reckon? I'd get cut books or adult ball? Because I think, dare I say, the books is now adult. Is bigger and better than adult.
100%.
I'm not saying the skill level is. I think with Filter moving into there now, I think that might be now more. How do you say it?
It's more elite, I'll tell you that for damn sure.
More of a sellable product.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, I seen some things in one of the Facebook groups earlier where they're doing basically like look back at Britball of yesteryear sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it looked good. Don't get us wrong. There's people in the stands and it looks brilliant. But now you've got no one watching. No one cares. Like, books, you get players there. I'll tell you now, I'd pay to go and see Explosion.
Yeah.
I'd pay that. Just to see someone get bottled. You know what I mean? Like, no, but like I'm saying, like I'd much rather go and watch a uni game than dare I say
I
it,
just think because you
go.
naturally get, like, with the uni games, you naturally get friends coming down because I'll probably be chewed out for this, but students do less and have more free time on their hands, let's say, as opposed to do less. I'm sure they've got loads of work. So I was a student, so I can say that. I had more time on my hands when I was a student than I do now. But Alex Cooper here, books is not a product you can sell. Maybe I might have worded that wrong. What I meant is in terms of where that is at with its imports as a product and the relationship with the universities and the potential investment from those universities and the imports and the level, that's where I'm saying if it was to be a books or an adult season,
you should put that on a pedestal, shouldn't you? Books should be up there on a pedestal.
I mean, I'm going to be biased in saying I prefer the adult team, and I think the adult game, and when you get into that, it's a higher, more competitive level of the game. However,
well, here's one for you. What would you rather go and watch? Okay. Let's say Edinburgh Wolves versus Merseyside Nighthawks.
Yeah.
Or would you rather go and watch something like Durham Saints versus Stirling?
Oh, there's no doubt I'm going to watch Durham versus Stirling. There's not even a question. And that's no disrespect to Mersey and Edinburgh. They will put on a good game, but
no, I love. Don't get us wrong. I've got I know people at both teams, and I think they're both fantastic clubs.
That's one of those. I'm not racist because I know a black guy.
I'm just putting it out there. Do you know how many death threats we get on this a week? No, but I'm just saying, the football's better. Simple as that.
No, I disagree. I don't think the football's a better quality because I think. This is going to be a bold statement.
Well, put it this way.
I'll tell you what, the Warriors.
The
there is absolutely no team in. You could get a Bucks All-Star team and it won't beat the Warriors.
Right, and a Bucks All-Star team wouldn't beat the Warriors.
Absolutely not. No, they would physically run the ball down the throat.
I don't think it would.
I think those Prem North and those North and South All-Star team.
Are you telling me right now that if the likes of Durham got their American linemen and American QB and stuff, and then you had the big linemen from Leeds and all of them coming together, they wouldn't be the Warriors? I think they would.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know what it is. Maybe if you got all the Yanks, that's different because they're all scholars. But yeah, I don't know.
Point, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? You've got a guy that's been blocking since he's 12, or you've just got some big bloke in London. I'm sorry, the lineman from the States is going to kick them all over.
We've got a good point there. Would any All-Star team beat the Warriors? That's a good point.
Yeah, they would.
Do you think an actual All-Star team would beat the Warriors? That's a good question.
Yes. Of course they would.
I don't know. Those guys, I'm telling you, they're different.
Because they're big. Of course they're different and they're athletic, yeah. But are you telling me there's not the talent from the rest of the country is not good enough for London? Come on.
I think it'd be closer than you'd let on. I think the Warriors as a team, if you couldn't have, so what we're pretty much saying here is, would the GB adult team beat Warriors? But the Warriors, what we'll do is they can't have any Warriors in the team. This has been asked before on a number of occasions. That's a great point. Could you call it an all-star team without the Warriors in it? Absolutely not. You're right there.
Of course you could, Victor. Of course you could.
No, you couldn't. Because they've got some of the surely the whole is greater than some of the parts.
There you go.
I agree with what you're saying, but I think the fact that I just believe that Warriors team as a unit, I think would edge the GB national team because of one.
This is why the Prem teams in the North are shit scared of the Warriors. Shit scared.
No,
because he's built them up on this pedestal.
No, I played against them. And I know I didn't put them up. I didn't put them on a pedestal.
Tamworth beat in the final a few years ago.
Yeah, the Warriors. But this is a different Warriors team now.
If Tamworth can do it by themselves, add a few more players from everyone else, they'd batter them.
It's a fair point.
It's not a fair point. It's a bloody right point. That's a problem.
It's a good point. I just
Who
think,
can
but then
beat the
again,
Warriors? If Tamworth can, and then you add more players to them, you just beat them. Simple as that.
right?
I don't understand why it's like.
Whilst we're in this hypothetical world, is it a one-off game or is it a season of work and then playing a national final? Because that changes it. So I reckon if you assembled a team, the cohesion of the Warriors, the intricacies of how they know each other and the plays, they win it because they just do that relationship QB wide receiver. If you put a team of studs together, whilst it'd be close, I don't think they prevail straight away. However, after a season of gelling together and working as a team, finding out all the nuances, they would beat them.
Well, yeah, you've got to look at it as a team rather than just like a one-off game. Do you know what I mean? If you're looking at it as a one-off game, it doesn't make a difference because you're running a skeleton playbook and everything. Then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What would
a half decent high school team in the States would batter the Warriors?
Yeah,
and that's just the level we're at in the country.
Yeah,
unfortunately. There you go, Sam. There we go. See, this is why I like you, Sam. Mike's hiding me comments. That's why I like you, Sam.
That's exactly what I've just said. But you disagreed with me.
But I didn't. I said if you look at it as a team, they would win anyways. If it's a one-off game, you're not going to just. It's not just going to be like, oh, we're just going to turn up for this game the day, lad. Here's a risk coach.
I mean, to be fair, and this is no disrespect to GB. Let's say they get the prep of a GB team, which is a couple of what's I'm gonna call it, a couple of players, a couple of scrimmages, and I'm not sure. I'm not really wholeheartedly involved with GB, but I understand they'll have a couple of camps and stuff before it. Yeah, again, with it, that's it. But I think it needs to be that full season. I don't think. Let's say we said 3 months' time, there's a game, and you can do it every so often. I just don't think I think the Warriors win. In my opinion, my often wrong opinion. So I'm all right with that.
Always. Not often.
This could be much bigger deal if the senior than the senior. If the AUs realised they've got a great product that doesn't. Sorry, I'm just struggling to read this. 5 to 20,000 students on campus who could be enthused with their sport. Institutions, teams, varsity weekends are huge events that could be developed further. Yeah, I agree, and that's why I think what I was saying there, Scud, was I think the opportunity for there is always bigger than the adult team. But then in the exact same breath, it's a point I've made over and over on this show, is how there's not people flying and ticketing and stuff at the Wembley games. So the same can be said is we get 400,000-500,000 people every week watching the NFL, millions across the country probably.
The biggest issue that we've got at uni level is that we're playing a friggin' Sunday, mate. All of the uni sports play on a Wednesday, and we play on a Sunday. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. We should be fitting. American football should be fit because there's no refs apparently. Like I'm not.
Why is there no
refs? Another way around it.
Yeah.
Like, we should, realistically, American football should be fitting into the uni landscape, not the uni fitting into the American football one.
Yeah. I'm assuming refs just have, like, full-time jobs and stuff, and that's what I
Yeah, no, I get that. But
yeah. Jason Full admits that GB is limited in its ability to train. However, his plans about classrooms and S&C and Flosser could go a long way about negating that. Yeah, again, it's no disrespect to the GB setup there. Just in the standard previous years is all we could go off. It's again important.
I feel right. You know what it is? I feel really. You know what I mean?
You just freeze the nose at me.
Like everything froze for me there, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. So, I mean, the long and short of it is I don't genuinely believe we're going to be back anytime soon.
No.
I don't know who's freezing, if it's me or it's you. My gut feel is half season.
I don't even think we'll get a half season.
No, I think we'll get a half season, maybe a bit squashed. One game against every team, and then you go to the playoffs, and you still do the playoffs. The problem, I think, the biggest problem, I think, in terms of what's could scupper this season, and we might do a podcast about it on a later date, is Scotland and Wales.
That's definitely through that thing.
You what?
You froze that time.
Oh, did I? I was going to say, yeah, they could absolutely be a massive issue on that in terms of Scotland being able to cross the border and playing across countries. I think that might be the case. So
we've only cancelled the uni season because the Scotland said that it was basically done weeks ago, or 1 or 2 weeks ago now.
Classic Pete Laird, that Spoonie, that I reckon.
It's Spoonie's fault, 100% Spoonie's fault. I'm only joking, Spoonie. Don't come on and shout at it.
Yeah, don't come on.
No, but for me, like, I spoke to Pete a few weeks ago. Was he chairman? No, he's not a chairman.
Humble brag.
Yeah, I spoke to him a few weeks ago, and I was talking to him about the uni season, and I told him then there was no point in doing it. Like, as much as I would love to do it, it wasn't going to happen. We could all see this months ago. I don't know why. Like, I've been dragging my players to like classroom sessions, like online classroom sessions, for months, and we're preparing for this, and then hours spent up doing risk assessments, and hours spent up putting a protocol in place for what we can do if this eventuality happens and this happens, and it's all for nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because I remember you did a show with Steve and stuff, didn't you, where you went through your kind of what the season would look like. I mean, I think still, even if we get a season, I don't think it can be anything close to what it will and has looked like in the past. I think there'll be, I mean, even the finer details of, let's think about things that would definitely won't happen. You probably got them assuming they'll be limited to no shouting, because they know that's a big spread of it. Yeah. No handshakes before or after.
Whistles?
Yeah.
Can't stand next to people when you're going to blow a whistle. You'll have some coaches coming on now and tell you to get one of them lecky whistles, and they're pathetic.
I'm just trying to think, is it... Because you can't do what they're doing in the NFL. You can't all come together and get tested all the time, can you? It's just going to be next to impossible.
It can't happen. I don't care what it says on that form there. It cannot happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, and as soon as BAFA and the government say, "Oh, you're allowed to train again," don't get us wrong. I'll be training as soon as we're allowed to go back. But we all know that it's not going to happen.
Maybe I'm just eternally optimistic, but I was optimistic last season would happen.
Do you right? Put it this way: do you think, right, that I'm going to put a kids team out that haven't trained enough to be in contact?
No, but I suppose we're talking about two different sides of it here, haven't you?
I mean, obviously, I'm going to look at it from a kid side of things, you know what I mean, like a youth and junior side of things, and a uni side of things. But even then, it's not going to happen. Like, as much as the adult teams, like, right, so Sam, if you've played half a season in the current leagues,
what would you prefer? Question. Half a season in current league, so let's say the Prem North would be just as the Prem North, or local games with mixed league bubbles. So I'm assuming, let's say, you guys, it's fairly simple. The Northwest would be fairly simple. Yorkshire would be fairly simple. Scotland would be fairly simple.
What's the point?
Because people miss football that much that it'd be better than nothing.
Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, it is. But just play and like get some friendlies going. Do you know what I mean? Just there's no point in having to call it a league. There's none whatsoever.
I don't know. Half a season works. Why does half a season not work?
All right, Mike, put it this way. You guys at the Titans, you are finally plodding along, and then you win the 2021 BAFA title for half a season. Get you half a medal at the end of it.
No, let's say, for example, take the Titans out of it, Edinburgh, and let's say Edinburgh, in order for them to win that division, they would have to beat Nighthawks, Titans. Let's say they would have to do that. They would have to. The only team they could lose to would be potentially one loss would win it. Let's see if Tamworth slipped up to 2. So let's say hypothetically.
But hypothetically, you can't because they're a different country, so they can't play anyone.
No, but was just saying the option was local regionalised or And you're saying half a season
you've got to
isn't better
take
than whole season.
Yep, you've got to take that. You've got to take the likes of Edinburgh. You've got to take the likes of Swansea or South Wales or whatever the hell they are. You got to take them out of the equation. Different country. That it doesn't even look like they're going to be allowed to play, mate. Like they might not be allowed to cross a border, so you might have to go. You might have to do it for Scotland, where it's going to be a localized thing, and everyone else is going to be in the league. And if that is the case,
you miserable shit.
I don't care, mate. I don't know who you are, mate. Don't care. No,
sorry, he's a tosser today. Don't worry about it.
No, but like, I just like I'm saying it like, if Scotland can't compete with people in England, so there goes Edinburgh out of the Prem. So if you carried on and had your half a season in the Prem, you just couldn't play them anyways.
Yeah, I suppose the caveat would be it's difficult because how do I sound this?
Right.
It's difficult because, let's say, based on last year's records, the problem with taking Edinburgh out of it, funnily enough, Titans actually, I think, win the Prem North because they ended up, the only people they lost was to Edinburgh other than Tamworth. Yeah. So there's that element to it. Because, dare I say, and this is, again, I love Edinburgh. I actually really do like a lot of the guys in Edinburgh, so that's my disclaimer. Like, our Edinburgh title contender last year, let's say last year, no, this is the answer. So you remove Edinburgh from that league, then you've got, obviously, Sandwell, Titans, Tamworth, Nighthawks, and I'm missing someone. But
it still gives up the integrity of the league, doesn't it, by removing one of the teams?
But if that happened, and then the Titans, like let's say the Nighthawks, for example, the Nighthawks then beat us, Tamworth, and went on to play London Blitz, beat them, and then beat the Warriors in the final. Absolutely, 100%, they deserve to win the national championship. Then they're never
gonna beat the Warriors, man. No one can beat the Warriors, not even an all-star team. I don't care.
I know, yeah. But if someone knocks off the Warriors in the national final or the Blitz, I mean, I've said it, like, I think the Blitz, with a season, I think the Blitz, if what I'm hearing is true and a certain quarterback goes there, then I think the Blitz will run Warriors very, very, very close. So, and I think one of the things this is definitely going to impact.
You just built the Warriors up on a massive pedestal before and being like, oh, I don't even think an all-star will beat them. But the Blitz getting one more player and you think it's going to be close?
I'm talking about the best player in the country. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not signing with the Blitz, I've told you.
Right? I'm not traveling. But what I mean is, no, I'm not putting, like, yes, the Warriors are the best team by a mile. And my point was, on a 2-month GB team with little to no prep and the Warriors being the Warriors win that game. I also said, with a season, i.e. the Blitz might have a season, i.e. the Warriors with their philosophy, with Tamworth, with their philosophy and the way they are, if we're getting on the bloody rant, I'm going. Then Tamworth, that's why they beat them, because they had that teamwork, that best team. Jason's Jason. Okay? We seen the playbook that he had just for their team, so he scouted them well.
I love just winding you up, by the way.
You are?
I just love winding you up, by the way.
I know, you get me to bite every time. But yeah, I think the Blitz will be closer this year, as I'm assuming the Tamworth will be closer this year. The goal is always to beat the Warriors. Until you topple the Warriors, you've not won anything. So I think people's point is that an All-Stars aren't all that. It's more about the team than the individual. Yeah, I mean, the All-Stars are all that because they're All-Stars and they probably will be All-Stars and they're likely to be better than your average team players. So I reckon we had Glenn Tonga on the show the other day, not too long ago, and David. If you put them two on the field, they're fucking good footballers. Like, see ball, hit ball. You put enough.
I'll tell you what, right? I'm going to put this out to Sam, right? So, Sam, I know you said you wouldn't care about silverware, right? So I'll read it out.
Sorry.
What's happening?
Sorry, Martin. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Wouldn't care about silverware. People want football right now. I don't care if it's Prem North or whatever. It's in the Northwest football. So, would you take just club-approved friendlies, like I was saying should happen? No league, just friendlies sorted out. Football, innit? I'd love to know. Yeah, we'll just sit in silence while we wait for him to respond.
To my point, I don't know. Like, there's something about a friendly. Like, I'm one of those. I am the classic. Yeah. So his example. Yes, give me any football. Sorry, we understand there's a bit of a delay. For me, it's my probably worst thing about me is I tend to find myself playing to the level of the other team. So I have my best games against Tamworth, for example. I have my best games against the Warriors because I like to rise to that level. Whereas a friendly, I can never get up for it. Like, I really struggle. Like, I don't know if it's got to be that thing in there. So that's where, in my head, for me, I struggle. Oh, Jesus.
Get off my comments.
Sorry. Yeah, it's good. We can roll pre-season if you want. But yeah, I think football. The key thing is obviously we all want football. I think just judging by the roadmap and the slowness of it all and COVID, I think the best case scenario for me is a half season, including Edinburgh. Let's say, and there is other teams as well, obviously within Scotland, EKP.
Got a sly dig in the comments. Sly dig in the comments. We're not reading it out. Sly dig.
Right.
There it is.
At least Markham show up, fairness. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I would like to see some form of football. I'm sure EKP are desperate to be involved in that because they want to be back in the Prem. Speaking to J Moss not too long ago, I'm sure that's their massive goal. So I'd hate to see the Scottish teams. For some reason, I really love the Scottish teams. So I'd hate to see those guys miss out because of it. So just because of these restrictions. So I don't think it would be any form of that.
Both teams isolate completely. It's not going to happen. It's not at this minute in time. There's bigger things to worry about then.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I don't think you can manage it, really, can you? That's the problem. There's no monitoring, managing.
I mean, we were at the point of taking temperatures and things, coming to training, and it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. Realistically, we've done it, but it doesn't make a difference.
No, it is difficult. It's one of those things. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a half season. We feel at best. Adam's not optimistic for anything whatsoever. The fucking football group.
I just don't see how it can happen. It's not that I'm not optimistic. I would love it to happen. I am the dead Grinch. No, I just don't think how it's going to happen.
Oh,
so which superstars going to the Blitz? Big Mike's going to the Blitz.
I'm going. Going.
He's moving to London.
I don't want to say in case I'm wrong. I have a feeling that there's an awfully good player called Jack who already plays for the Blitz, and his brother always delivers. Let's say. Some might say he's a postman. we call him the.
If you don't know who we're on about, go and watch our 24-hour stream. We set it at about 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah. So you have to dig into it. So, yeah, that's who we believe. I don't know if that guy's going to be an absolute game changer. I don't know if he's even going to go there. It's the rumour mill's rife. It just makes complete sense. One of the things that might happen with lockdown, but I can't see it, but let's be optimistic. We might keep some of our guys who tend to go abroad over in the UK this year. So guys who would traditionally go out to play in Europe. So that kind of raises the standard of our league, if you would agree with that.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. But there's a lot of them that's just stayed where they are, because unfortunately, other countries are still playing football.
Yeah, I suppose the biggest issue I think we've touched on quite often is I'm fine with the strategy as it was. The thing that it has to align with, and I listened to another well-known podcast, X's and O's, the other day, in which the point was being raised, which it's an absolute failing on BAFA if things like rugby return, football return to competitive, but we don't. Do you see any substance to that at all in terms of that opinion of if rugby's back playing full, why can't we? Because previously that was happening they was on, they was all playing games, contact against each other, and we was still on stage Piggy 3 or something at that point. What's your thoughts on that?
For me, I'm not bothered what rugby's doing. I don't play rugby. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to stop modelling what they're doing. Like, stop, be your own sport. Jesus Christ.
Surely,
like, we've hired someone now to take us out the dark ages. Like, I know they've got a good system. They've got hundreds of employees in place.
Yeah.
But it's about time we started learning to walk. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to start taking those baby steps ourselves now and start coming up with our own stuff and be held accountable for it.
Yeah. It's just, it's...
Oh, honestly, I don't care if rugby's playing.
No, I know, but it's hard to see how we can't get online with that. So rugby's got the RFU and there's a ton of different governing bodies out there. How can they say it's okay? And handball, I think, was even playing indoors, and we can't train outdoors. Like, surely there's. I don't like to point fingers, but and the point is, American football is a grassroots sports in the UK. We should have looking to other sports best practices. And the point is, and I think that's the point I'm making.
Yeah, but not just rugby. That's what I'm saying.
But handball was playing inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But sorry, Sam. I think you got confused on the way that I might have put that. What I meant is, rugby have got all these people doing something, and that's what gets them going. But we seem to just piggyback on what they're doing. Whereas I think now we need to start leading a bit. You know what I mean? Us start getting people developing things and us moving forward.
So far behind. The best thing about being number two is you can see what number one doing. That's the ruling. That's like a marketing SEO kind of PPC 101. You can everything's got a trace. So if the RFU, which is really established and does well, take rugby wankers out of it, like and the way and people's perception. No, like I think the RFU is an excellent organisation who we should aspire to be even 10% as good as.
And I get that, right? So what I'm saying is, realistically, if the RFU have took 6 months to get somewhere, okay, so if they've taken 6 months to get to where they are, and then it takes us 6 months to see that, and then 6 months to get somewhere, we should look at that, work our way backwards and generate a process. Well, yeah, I mean. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So, but now once we've got the process in place now, we need to start putting plans so when it happens or if it happens again, we've got this plan already in place and then we can put it out and we're on par with them straight away.
But we shouldn't, but the other thing is we definitely shouldn't be seeing them play sport and us not. So I can go and play for my local rugby team, and not like I would, but I could go and play for them and I can play that sport. I can get the feel of playing sport. Yeah. I might never come back to American football because I fall back with rugby. By not having...
but this is what I'm saying. Because they're leading the way on it, they've got a head start on everyone else. So everyone waits to see what someone's doing, then we all follow suit. Whereas I'd like us to figure it out a bit more and start putting the paperwork in and doing the same stuff the same time as everyone else. So we all come back around about the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be something that we can put in to get this sorted. Oh, Sam's got to go. He's got classroom now. Is that not where you're supposed to be?
No, it's passing stuff. It's receivers and QB stuff. So what we're seeing here is unrelated reason.
There's Peel going to Titan.
Rumour mill's churning. So I just have a quick look into this. So let's be honest, what people are talking about here is getting some resemblance of football back going. So larger group, non-contact practice. So nobody's really interested in that. So that's stage 4 because it says non-contact. Not really interested. That's great for flag, I think, but yeah, not good for us. So flag, I think, look like stage 4 could be good for you. Stage 5 is when it goes back to full contact. But again, this is local friendly contact and non-contact games permitted. and then obviously stage 6 is when it gets to normal. So yeah, I think it's when be on full alert really for stage 5 and 6, doesn't it? It appears to be the case.
I don't think it's going to happen in time for a season.
Well,
I really don't.
I
would love it if it did. But I don't think it will.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So you've seen what's happened there, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's come to that point in the show where we now have absolutely no control over. We've agreed for some reason in a drunk haze. There's two people joined us. So we're gonna this is gonna be us taking a break. So we've got 2 people joined us. One's gonna join first. So it's we talked about it previously. We have no control over when he popped up, to the point we would never have 2 guests turn up at the same time. So one's popped up now. He's going to ask one question and one question only. He's going to be the face of Britball. It's our job and our mission. Kind of like Ricky Gervais did for Carl Pilkington, turn an idiot into a millionaire. We're going to make Britballin Tubes famous. Britballin Tubes, over to you. How are we doing?
All right, lads. Go on.
All right, mate. Good. It's over to you. You've got one question and one question only. It's over to you, mate.
Questions for you there, Mikey.
Okay.
So, been watching a bit of cricket with AJ in Australia, and Australian wicketkeeper turns to Indian batsman and just basically says, "You've got no mates." So my question to you is, what is the absolute worst or funniest sled that you've heard?
He's lagging so much, I can't hear anything.
So, the worst sled I've ever heard, what, in American football?
Yeah.
To me?
Well, not you just did. Well, either to you or to anyone. But you heard it was drop a line.
Okay. I think, so the worst was probably an extremely racist comment where someone dropped the N-bomb. So, yeah, that was kind of the worst. But I generally, 9 out of 10 times every game, I'm guaranteed to get called some sort of fat shit or something like that. So that's probably the worst I hear on a daily basis. So, yeah, general insert fat comment, struggle to move, general that kind of gist. So I just smack him in the face and that's it. But yeah, probably the worst was the M-bomb getting dropped, unfortunately. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for your question, Tubes. Absolute pleasure for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Cheers, mate.
That's it. That's it.
I can't believe that.
It. What an absolute legend, Britballin Tubes. We are not worthy.
That was honestly why did we do this? Like,
that's a brilliant question.
I don't get it.
To be fair, so for the people watching now, the reason
it was rubbish, absolutely rubbish.
No, it's not. I think this is like, people can decide. Did you like it? We don't care because it's going to happen and I love it. 2, the reason we chose him is because he is literally the only person in the world who knows me and you outside of us knowing each other.
That's true.
So what we mean by that is they might know us both from the show or blah, blah, blah. However, I played football with Josh at uni and coached him and stuff. You think you froze, bud? Or I might have froze. Go on.
It's me, I think. I don't know what's going on. I think it's me.
Oh, it's all right. As long as it's you, it's not me.
This is what happens when I move upstairs.
Yeah. Have you removed yourself from the stream now? Are you back? Are you just dicking about here?
I think I'm back. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear us?
Well, I can hear you. Yeah, you're all right. So, he's just gone, so I'm not going to bring him on now. I think he's shutting his window, so we can see him anyway. So I'm going to bring on officially now my favourite guest of all time, for one reason and one reason only. Got a Panthers jumper on. Wilkins seems to have dropped himself out. Good representing me and. How you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thanks for joining us. Wilkins seems to have gone out for a fag or is sorting something else. It's going to be me and you. So, welcome to the new Panthers podcast. We meet. Is it Kai? Sai. Yeah. Sai. Fair enough, mate. So you came on to talk about something, but what is it? So you play at the minute? You play American football, don't you?
Yeah.
Tell us who you play for and that kind of thing.
Okay, so firstly, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And yeah, I currently play for the NFL Academy. I'm a DB
Right.
there. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's really about it. Been playing football for about 5 years now,
Yeah.
and really looking to go stateside this year or go to university and get a scholarship over here.
Nice one. So what's your? Well, let's get into that for a little bit. I know you. As long as you've got 5 minutes, I'm going to quick fire a couple of questions. So,
Yeah.
NFL Academy, how's that going on? Is it good? How often is the training? What's it like? Quick overview. What's it been like?
The NFL Academy is brilliant.
Yeah.
When COVID's gone, we usually have like 3 sessions a week, like on field, and then 4 sessions like during in the gym and before training out on the field. We do film sessions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so, did you play football before you went there? Is that how you managed to go down, or were you just one of these rare athletes that got brought into the NFL Academy?
No, I played for the Black Country Vipers.
Okay.
Previously, and that is in the Black Country.
Yeah, the Black Country. Yeah, no, cool. So you've so one of the things that regularly came up about the NFL Academy is obviously these athletes that are on it who aren't necessarily NFL American football players. How are those guys adapting to what's going on at the moment, and how are they, coping? Are they getting it? Can you tell now, or are they just they're athletes? So that it's apparent they're athletes, so it don't matter, give them a ball and run.
So we're getting gym schedules like sent to us and everything. So even when we're doing nothing through lockdown now, we're still on it with our academics, and during gym time we're doing like online gym sessions.
Yeah.
And yeah, if they're an athlete, they're an athlete. Like they're still doing everything that they're being told to.
Yeah, cool. Who's your favourite Panthers player?
Really, the person that got me into there, got me watching him, Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, was it? Mine was actually Cam Newton, who just left. What do you think? Do you reckon Jeremy Chinn's going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Honest opinion, no.
No, I think Chase Young's going to get it. He should be, because he's an absolute baller.
Because he balled out so much this year. Even he's just balled out in general.
Yeah.
I've got to apologise, mate. My headphones died on us just before you joined there. I was like, what is going on?
It's all right. We've just been talking Panthers and NFL Academy. My final question, really, for you, Bud, would be Tony Allen. How close do you get to work with him, and how good of a coach is he, and how much has it helped you?
Very. I always talk to Coach TA. Like out on the field, anything. As a coach, no one in the whole of Europe is better than him. Hands down, the best coach I've ever had. He's gave me so much knowledge about coverages, how what to do in certain situations, and just him being there, overlooking them with his experience is just unreal.
Now, the real reason that we got
I'm not finished. I'm not finished about that. Sorry, mate.
Just because he's a Panthers player. Look at your interview.
No. Right. Last question. You mentioned going stateside. We like to help people get there. So, you think about going stateside. What's the plan for that? Have you reached out? Have you got anyone helping with you that? What's the thought process?
Well, really, it's reaching out. Of course, that's the hardest thing. Trying to get attention from coaches.
Yeah.
Which currently is the hardest thing out of anything. And then after that, actually, even before that, is your grades. My grades aren't really that high.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to play like JUCO first.
Yeah.
And then go to D1 after getting my GPA up.
Okay, cool. So, and that'll be because I know one of the other barriers is finances, isn't it? So hopefully you'll be able to get some of that sorted. If you need any support with that, obviously just let us know. I'm not going to pay for it for you, by the way. But in terms of helping you with contacts and stuff, I know Adam. Adam. We've spoke to a couple of guys who are out there, and Adam has got a couple of contacts and he's doing stuff for his QB. So. Anything you can do to support, we can do to support. Just drop us a message. We're more than happy to help. Hopefully help ballers broad. Right. On to the reason you're not here.
The real reason that he's here. We don't even yet to talk football, mate. So we had a chat on Instagram. You're doing a private lobby on COD. Was it Warzone you're doing it on?
Oh, he just dropped out.
Disappeared. He's gone.
He's disappeared.
So I'll put it out there anyway. Don't know what's just happened. So basically, he's doing him and a few of the guys at the academy. Oh, here we go. He's back in.
Back here.
Oh, is he there? There we go.
Hi, bud, you okay? Yeah, good.
Sorry about that. My the volume messed up and everything like that.
Oh no worries, mate. Hopefully my mic's still working on the right mic that it's supposed to be.
You good, mate? Don't worry about it.
So you're doing a private lobby on Warzone, basically getting as many people together as possible. It's like just to combat this lockdown situation, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, is it working now properly?
Yeah, perfect, mate. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So really, because I understand how through the first and the second lockdown, a lot of people felt isolated and with mental health and everything, like, and drifting away from people in general. And then when we got let out, straight back out and everything like that, people was like not really speaking to people who they would usually. So it's really just a bit of an icebreaker coming back to normality and just keeping people talking without feeling isolated through this.
And is it right? You've done like a little practice version of it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a little practice. We trialed it on when was it now? 8th. So yeah. On Friday. Your ex-player Mark was there playing and everything like that.
Was he any good?
Off a couple of times. Yeah, he was good. He was actually good to be fair. I think he lasted like top 5 a couple of games. Yeah. I think. Yeah. So is it like is it a squads game? Is it solos? What was it that you're playing? Because it's me that's playing. Mike really, he's old. I'm looking at doing trios.
Right.
And then seeing how many numbers we are. So I'm really looking at about 80 people right now.
Right.
To come and join. And if we do get that, we're going full blown trios, everything like that. But if we get over that, I'm hopefully looking towards going to quads.
Perfect. And how do people get in contact with you if they want to play? Because obviously we love a few people that want to play.
My Facebook is my name, Cy Roach. If anything, just message me, and that's really the only way to get in. Just message me, send me your gamer tag or your Activision name, and then I'll get you in the game. Or if you know someone who is coming into the game who's already gave me them things, just be like, send me an invite, and then
And if for example there's one person wants to come in, are you able to like hook them up with like another couple of guys and make like a trio or something? Are you able to sort that out?
So I didn't take it for granted that someone's always going to bring in a team with them. Yeah. So really, it gives you an option to like auto assign you to a team, or that you can go down and like be like, I don't know who this is, so let's join them, speak to them, and that. Because really, it's all about meeting new people within Britball as well.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I love that, mate. Thanks very much. What we'll do is at the end of the video, we'll stick your Facebook and stuff in the comments at the end, so if anyone can comment you to get in there. But I'll be there anyways. Do you want to say what time and everything that starts, by the way?
It starts at 8 p.m. on Friday, and it's going to happen every single Friday until the end of lockdown now, at 8 p.m. till 10:30, regardless about the numbers. So
perfect. Perfect. I'll be there this Friday anyways, mate. I'm coming for that that win,
no
mate.
problem.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, man.
See ya. Thank you for having me. Thanks.
No worries, mate. Take care. Good luck.
See you in a bit. Oh, nice.
Mate, there we go. Come play COD with us. We'll get that easy win, mate. You know you play COD.
No idea what he was talking about. I was just like, oh no. I mean, great cause. Like I said, if he's helping Britballins come together, it's a tough time. So he messaged us. He had something to do. We said, come on, have a chat, talk about it. And, there we go. So if you've got anything like that and you do want to, obviously the platform, whilst we run it, we created this for Britball to help the game, to help people. So we're not, more on than often, it's not going to be a no. It's going to be, sure, come and have a chat.
If anyone's got anything, like obviously we've got the Britballin podcast, like vodcast. I keep saying pod, VOD, because we're a video. But
Yeah.
if anyone's got something they want to do or want help setting something like this up, something like that, give us a shout. We'll help you out. Like, the more stuff for the British American football community, the better.
Should we change the Britballin stream?
I'm not changing that bloody logo or nothing. You can sort of. I'm sick. I'll tell you what I am going to do, though, right now, right here, right now, is I'm going to give a shout out to our sponsors, EP Sports, and I want to do something. I want to bring something into the stream that I am over the moon that they're supplying.
I'm so pumped because we like to have an impact on things, don't we? We like to feel like we've had impact on certain situations and stuff.
We're there. There we go.
Cheers, I'm having a fit, but go on. we like to, we like to do like, with last year, obviously we did the stream, which raised a lot of money. We had Neil McMaster who agreed that probably the best concept would be to look at revisiting the schedule and stuff for the under 19s and youth and junior setup. So, and there's been a couple of other things. But this one, I think really is, I like this one. Go on.
So, we had a conversation with EP Sports on what they need to bring into stock to help guys going into schools, help guys coaching at that Pee-wee level, something that can get kids a ball in the hand and get them ready to go. Adults as well, to be fair.
Rookies will benefit from it.
Rookies will benefit. Pretty much anyone. Like, I use these when I go into schools.
I bought one for my little boy straight away.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm telling you now, it's something that I'm going to do a full review, put it this way. I'm going to get some videos out and stuff so people can see them properly, but I want to bring it to you now, early, and it's this. This right here, the Play Coach Football. Now, if you don't know what this is something I talk about all the time, okay? Now, EP Sports is actually bringing this into their arsenal. You're going to be able to get a discount using a code. We're going to give you all that next week and stuff as well. But the reason I love this ball, and I trust is if you know a youth coach or anyone that goes into schools coaching, tag them in the comments, message them, send them this, because I'm telling you now, it's going to change the way they coach football.
I mean, it's white, so it's already naturally cooler than any ball going.
Well, I think they come in white. So I've got brown ones, I've got black ones, I've got a blue one, and now I've got some white ones as well.
White swag.
The white is swaggy, by the way. I do like the white one.
So what's different, Adam? It looks like a nice ball. Tell us what's different.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it just look like a normal ball? Well,
yeah, Play Coach. What a unique name. Bam.
Look at that. Now, this is why I love it. Okay, so it's got all the passing routes on. So we change our playbook to suit what this says on the ball. So basically, we go from school level, kids under 12s, whatever it is, all the way up. Now we use this. So we use what it says on this ball. So they're learning the names of the routes. You can basically show a guy, so quarterback, whoever's holding the ball, and say, right, we're going to do this one on this play. You're going to do this one. You're going to do this one. And they just get used to running it. It's quicker to get a guy, a ball in the hand, and kids run and play in the sport. So on this one, you've got...
I think it's strict for me. Like, I've coached a bit. Sorry to interrupt. I've coached a bit of under 12s, and one of the first things I had to do was create a risk coach for them all, which had these, and I did it where the plays all had the drawings on it, so they could see it all. This kind of just simplifies having someone who's not willing to do that and just go, can I turn up with a group of 5 kids in the school and coach? Well, now you can make sure you have everything in place, but get people going quicker, which is what we want, isn't it? We don't want to be stood there going, this is what a curl looks like.
Well, you don't have to now with this ball, you see, because you can say to a kid, you're standing, so if you're standing there, you're just going to run the way that it tells you to run. Yeah. That's a slant. So once you've run it a few times, oh, by the way, that's called a slant. Oh, okay, great. Going to run a comeback. So you're going to go run up and then you're going to come back down. Comeback. Like, so on the ball alone, you've got a wheel, you've got a slant, a comeback, a curl, an out, and in, a flag. So they call like a corner a flag. And then you've got a post, and then you've got to fly as you go. But the best thing about it is when you move up through the levels and you get your passing tree, a 9 on here, so it's got the numbers on the bottom as well. A 9 is still your flag, like still your fly route or your go or whatever you call it.
I mean, to be fair, it's fairly consistent. I don't think I would have a wheelless one. That would be a speed out for me.
Yeah,
but again, in terms of where that's at, it's not very far away, is it? All the routes that go in are even. All the routes that go out are odd.
Yeah, I mean, you're laughing like just the fact that it's there in front of you, and you can say, right, guys, what we're going to do is you're going to do this route, so you're going to run 5 steps in and then come across, or you're going to run 5 steps up and then in at an angle. You can do whatever you want. A quarterback can hold that and go, right, guys, you're going to do this one. I want you doing this one, and then making their own plays in seconds. Like for me, honestly, we're going to get you.
If, like I said, I got one from a little boy, just so if we go and play for own catch, he's one there. Like, I mean, for the price as well, it was just worth. I don't know what the price is going to come down to, but with the discount, it's pretty much the same price as a normal ball anyway, and they're pretty decent quality.
It's probably coming cheaper than a normal ball, if I'm honest, mate. Like for me, I'd rather use these in a school than a leather ball that's going to break a kid's nose. Anyways, I mean, it feels like a composite ball. Anyways, it's probably not quite composite, but it feels like it, and like you've got a nice lace on, so it's real lace. It's not like you're just holding rubbish. It's like a rubberized a bit. It's nice. Like, don't get us wrong, it's still gonna hurt if you get whacked in the nose with it. You know what I mean? But when you're teaching kids to make the diamond and to catch the ball and bringing the hands in, you've got the line on as well, so you know where you catch it. It's perfect. Like me coaching in schools, that's in the bag always. Me coaching Pee-wee, in the bag. Simple as that.
And do you know if they go up in sizes them at the moment, or is it just
so? I don't know if EP is getting the 2 sizes. I need to speak to them, but this one at the minute, this is the Pee-wee size, so it tells you the actual size on the ball there. So I don't know if you can see that Pee-wee. There is a junior size as well, which I've got. I've got about 12 of them in the back garden. But like, there is a bigger size of that you would use at junior level. But I think EP is getting the full range of them. If I'm honest, I'm not quite sure. I need to speak to them, but. Like I said, even for Pee-wee sizes, if you can start teaching the kids young at that age, and if you're willing as a coach to make that sacrifice in your playbook to call it a fly or to call it a week, do you know what I mean? Whatever, instead of changing the names, you've got that consistency. Like I like a corner, and I still now after two and a bit years of using these balls, I have to remind myself, oh no, I've got to call it a flag because the younger kids know it is a flag. So it's one of them like. For me, it's perfect. Like, and I know this is an advert. We're telling you about this, but I honestly, and I mean this, I love them. I love these. Like,
you don't like much actually, do you? So it's a big thing for you.
I know I don't like much, but when I asked EP Sports for these because you can't get them anywhere else in the UK, like. There's a reason behind it. I'll buy them. I'll buy them myself to put in my ball bag for when I go into schools.
No,
and I would highly recommend everyone else doing so.
So we'll share links and stuff afterwards, and I think we're going to be working with EP in terms of getting the message out a little bit more about
all the links and everything that we're going to be posting. We'll post them during the week.
Don't buy one without getting it discounted with our code.
Yeah, we'll get you a discount code as well.
A bit of discount. So I think with that being said, yawning. Professional. We're going to move on seamlessly now to the NFL, aren't we? Because it's the NFL and it's probably the best time of the year. So for the NFL, so we're going to take a bit of a deep dive into a quick dive into some of the games, make some predictions for the rest of the season, talking about next week, and then we're going to quickly touch on Alabama versus Ohio, the Ohio State tonight.
Ohio State University.
And then next week we'll probably do similar again to finish, review the Ohio and Alabama game, quickly talk about these results and probably look forward to the national game. So to kick off, I will let you kick off. So I'm going to share my screen.
Share the screen.
It's of your choice of which game we talk about first. Bucks, Bears, Rams, Colts, Browns, Ravens.
Let's talk about that Bears game first because that was the worst game.
Oh, it was always going to be, weren't it?
Yeah, we were sat there messaging. We were just like, "This is the worst game of football ever."
yeah, literally the worst game. Yeah, it was always going to be the same result. The only thing that stood out is that did it stand out? The Saints' defense is legit. They're going to give Tampa Bucks. They're going to give Bucks fits next week. So. Yeah, I mean, we'll go to I think the second worst game on the schedule, the Rams Seahawks.
That was a shock for me. That was a shock.
No, the Rams they've stunk for a month.
I know what I'm saying. Like, it was a shock on that win. Like,
the Rams are crap. The Seahawks are crap. The Rams have just got, and again, defense wins championships. The Rams defense, that the pick on the screen.
That was a work of art. That pick, by the way.
I didn't, the main talking point was they started their backup quarterback who got nagged the fuck out, and then Gerard Goff then came in. Which, if you joined it a little bit late like I did, you would never have known that he was in. Only that you text me saying he just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I text you that he's dead. He's gone.
He's dead. He's already dead. So yeah, the NFC is not a division I'm too hopeful of this year. I'll be honest with you.
Nah.
Bucks versus Redskins.
It was a decent game, that.
Yeah, football team. Yeah, it was. Taylor Heineke, former Carolina Panther. Again, always know my Panthers knowledge. Bucks kind of run away with it. Who knows that? He was the third string quarterback for the Panthers.
You know what it is, right? I thought he played well. Like well enough to actually be maybe a quarterback somewhere else. Like,
yeah, he'll probably get paid as a backup next year as opposed to the third.
Yeah, he should do. I think he should do.
He's moved up from the third string to a... But I don't think he was on a team this year. I think the Washington coaching staff brought him in because they know him from Carolina. Backed up when Cam Newton got injured. There was Cam Newton.
Speaking of Cam Newton, is he actually going to carry on playing next year?
I don't know who's going to offer him.
No one. No one. He's crap, isn't he?
I know. You can't even justify the £1 million, can you?
No.
Yeah, I can't see that. And his ego's too big for a backup role. So, I'll be wary on that one. So, we'll move over to the AFC. I'm going to leave the game of the week till last. So, I'd say Ravens versus Titans, as expected.
I don't think it was, I don't think it was. I think it was... I was expecting the Titans to win that game.
Yeah.
Well, they've turned them over the last 2 times they've played them, haven't they?
Yeah, I think the Ravens just stacked the box and that run game.
Didn't, though. That's the thing. They didn't stack the box. They didn't stack the box again.
They play a 3-4. It's always the box is stacked when you play a 3-ball. You can get 8 in the box so fast. And the cover cornerbacks they've got, knowing Lamar Jackson can't throw, they just stack the box and stop the run. Knowing you'd rather have Tannehill on play action, stop Derrick Henry, make Tannehill win the game, and he didn't win the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, he threw a pick to end it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lamar Jackson.
He's a bad pick as well, by the way.
Lamar Jackson, best running back in the league.
Oh, best running back in the league.
One of the best running backs I've ever seen. He happens to throw it every so often as well. Below average at best when he does. I love it when people go, yeah, but he's dropped dimes. Well, because people are got literally 11 in the box. He's got one-on-one coverage with Marquise Brown or whatever he's called. Who's rapid.
Did you see he's picked the start of the game?
Oh, yeah. Just throw it to the outside.
Yeah, mate. All you got to do is just throw that ball to the sideline and you're laughing. Oh, no, mate.
And those two, people will be sat there thinking, oh, yeah, you two could make that throw. We could make that throw. I'd make that throw.
I'd make that throw.
That rule of that throw is out. No one catches that ball, or your receiver catches that ball.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters was the one we was talking about before he had the game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I liked the little celebration at the end as well on the
stomping on the pitch. I wasn't a fan of it, if I'm honest. Oh
well, it's like the Dallas Star, isn't it? With all that years ago with T.O. and that.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Titans done it to the Ravens earlier on, but that's still show a bit of class. Nah,
it's all love. I like it. A bit of banter. Colts Bills probably closer than it should have been. I think the Bills are.
I think the Colts have got a decent defense, mate.
They have, but that Bills team.
I think if the Colts had played any of the other teams, I think they would have went through. If I'm completely honest. I mean, I know they got beat the Jags.
Titans, they'd beat the Steelers. I think the Browns would have beat them, but just because it's the Browns. So game of the week. Oh, let's just talk. The Bills are legit, right?
Yeah, the Bills are legit.
Yeah, they are really legit. Sean McDermott, former DC of the
Do you
Carolina.
think Phoebe can sort out some tickets? Like,
Probably not.
Yeah.
So another Panthers alum there. 3 or 4 Panthers on the team, and former defensive coordinator Sean McDermott's the obviously head coach. Just in case anyone's keeping track on Panthers knowledge, I will always give it you. Then the game of the week, nobody cares. Game of the week, Browns v. The Panthers have never been mentioned as much in this playoff picture as they have on our show.
I don't know how they keep getting brought up.
I know. Browns v. Steelers.
That game was done in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't think any Browns fan wanted to admit that.
No, definitely not.
Honestly, I can't believe it. Literally, the first thing I did when I woke up this morning, because I didn't stay up for it. As you can tell, I'm already tired, yawning, because I had to work today. But I woke up this morning, the first thing I did, my missus said to me, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I need to check if the Browns won." Like, I don't know why. I've just got to... Maybe it's because I listened to the Around the NFL podcast, and I think I want Mark Sessler to be my mate, but...
yeah, he's not going to be a mate.
No, he's not. Yeah, Browns won in fairly convincing fashion. Liked it. Steelers return quite a lot next year.
They're going to lose a lot, the Steelers.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, they're going to have to cut somewhere.
Yeah, I think Juju might come back.
I think realistically, if I'm honest, I think the Steelers need to make a decision on Ben. If I'm honest, I know Ben's making a decision on them, but they realistically need to make a decision on him. Like, do they want to rebuild now, or do they really want to mess up for years to come?
Why would they not? Like, if they get rid of Ben now, Juju's pretty much going to be gone. James Conner's the slowest running back in the NFL by a mile.
Yeah.
Stock up, get a QB. I don't know what Ben's contract's like. They've got nothing behind Ben. That's the problem. There's a serviceable QB going to be a free agent this year who the Steelers can pick up. Tomlin's never had a losing record. So with the receivers, I mean, Claypool's young. He looks class. Washington's young. I forget the other one's name. So they've got enough decent wide receivers, and then obviously Juju's probably going to hit the market and go to the Jets, because the Jets got $500 million in cap space.
Mate, have you seen who's got the most cap space? I'm pretty sure, anyways. I'm sure the Jags have got the most cap space.
Oh yeah, the Jags got to get good this year. We'll talk about the draft in a minute. So let's preview these games. We'll go from worst to first. Worst game, Rams Packers, because surely the Packers are just going to beat them.
I don't know, mate. I think the Packers should beat the Rams, if I'm completely honest, but I want to see what happens if Aaron Rodgers gets hit a few times.
I don't I know my head tells me it's going to be the Packers, and the Packers are going to win the next game because it's the Packers, and they should, because it's Lambeau, it's freezing. I'm going to say it.
Now, can you imagine?
I don't like them.
Right, I know, but I'm going to put it out for this, right? Can you imagine this scenario? Aaron Donald in that defensive line destroy Aaron Rodgers, right?
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Gets him real hurt, goes off injured. That young QB that they've just drafted comes on.
I love, yeah.
Wins them the game, goes all the way through, wins them the Super Bowl, and the Packers cut Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine?
That's the Steelers. There you go.
Can you imagine? That would be the best thing ever.
I have to say the Packers win. They're a 7 favourites. They're the biggest favourite. Oh, no, the Chiefs are the biggest favourite.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers, if he did get cut at the end of the season,
he won't do,
would end up at another team?
Yeah, he would do. He's MVP this year.
I reckon the Jags would trade that number 1 pick for him, just being the Jags.
Well, you've got next Aaron Rodgers in the draft.
I know.
So Packers win. Don't even care about a prediction. 2 scores. They get up.
No. Come on, make a prediction. How many scores?
I reckon something like a 31, 14, 17.
Oh.
The Rams just stink on offense.
I'm going to say the Packers win by a field goal.
Oh, closer than I a bit. Nah, too cold for the Rams. Don't forget, they play in the sun all year. They got to go up there to freezing Lambeau and try and get a result.
I know, but it'll be funny, won't it?
Jared Goff's just absolute doggers as well.
None of them Packers are going to like getting hit by the people leaving on that D line in the snow, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, but the Packers have got enough O-line. Aaron Rodgers is mobile enough. Matt LaFleur.
Let's say that again.
Aaron Rodgers is mobile enough.
Enough for what? To get away from Donald?
He is mobile enough, and that's my point. That's all it is. He's mobile enough.
Radio.
He's all right. Okay, they'll run 3 rollouts.
I'll tell you what, right? We'll put it. I'm going to do this Britballin bet, right? I'm going to say the Rams get 6 sacks on 6 sacks. I can't even say that.
6 sacks. I will take you on that.
Right, done.
Tenner,
done.
Tenner. Absolute no chance.
You don't think they're going to get 6?
No chance. Aaron Donald will get 2 and then name another defensive lineman.
Other D lineman gets sacked because of Donald?
Name another defensive lineman for the Rams.
Honestly, they've got
a run D tackle in Brockers, number 90. So he's decent. He'll get
yeah. Didn't he get 2 the other night? Yeah.
The trick is they play a 3-4, so I've kind of done you over there. So
you have massively.
Fowler's the guy who might get him. So I think it's Fowler.
Fowler, that's the one. I should know him because I had him in our Madden league as well.
Yeah. So no, they're not going to get 6 sacks. So a £10 transfer. You'll do it live on show next year.
Exactly. I like this guy, me.
You called him out. You absolutely outed him before.
No, I don't know who he is, but I like him.
Yeah, I think don't forget there's a lot of scheme goes against Aaron Donald. So obviously when he
gets doubled every time.
Oh, he's a freak.
He's only like 5'2" or something as well. I don't know. He's tight.
Bucks v Saints. NFC. I hate the Saints. I hate Sean Payton's stupid little face. I hope the Bucks win.
The Bucks will win that.
I hope so. I just hate Sean Payton. What a stupid man.
I think the Bucks will win that by a score. 1 score.
Do you reckon that might be the oldest playoff game for 2 quarterbacks? What do you reckon? I think it might be.
Nah, what about when Manning played in the playoffs?
Yeah.
When Manning was in the playoffs, he was old as shit.
Brady has got an arm, and I've said it all year, Drew Brees has not got an arm. I hate the Saints too. Just welcome. Yeah, you could come on the show next week. We all hate the Saints. We hate this game, the NFC, but I'd rather see the Bucks win. I like Arians. Dare I say, I don't mind Brady.
Oh,
I don't want him to win another one because it's just greed. But yeah, tough this. The game I'm most interested to watch out of all these games is the Chiefs-Browns.
Why?
I don't know.
That's just you just simping all over the Browns again. Like,
no, I feel like the Chiefs' run defense is pretty poor. I can just see a way the Browns win. I don't think the Chiefs are as good as people think this year.
They're not as good as what people think, but the Browns are worse than what people think.
I don't know. I think the Browns are going to be like, yes, we're the Browns. Let's get hype. Put it all in. They've just won at Heinz Field, carry the momentum, and beat a cold Chiefs. You
know what it is, right? I'm going to say this, and I don't think I've ever said it before. Kind of rate Baker Mayfield, but not the rest of his team. In fact, that O-line, that left guard, who's that left guard?
77. Good. Any guard wearing 77 is just good. So
unless you're at the Titans.
I think I don't know. I can see the Browns winning. I'm not going to go out and say they will. I can see a scenario where the Browns win that game.
Yeah, go on, pick your score then, because that's what we're doing. We're picking them.
My head tells me the Chiefs trounce them.
Yeah, I'm going to say the backup QB for the Chiefs is in by the start of the fourth quarter.
Well, no chance. No chance whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying.
Chiefs win. I have to. It's probably 2 scores, but I can see. Whilst not many people probably can, I can see the Browns. I can see a way the Browns win. Ravens.
I
Bills.
can see a way the Browns win if all of the Chiefs players get COVID.
You might eat those words. I'm going to replay this to you next week. Bills, Ravens. Bills win.
It depends. I don't know.
The Bills. You're going to hate me for this. Bills remind me of the 15-0 Carolina Panthers that got beat off.
Yeah, we go again.
No, they do. They just.
I'm going to get you like a swear jaw for whenever you mention Panthers. Panthers or Titans. Pound in the jaw.
Oh, fucking Gateshead Grinch here. I wanted to change your name before. The Bills beat them.
Do you think?
I can see a way the Ravens win. Like,
here we go again. Of course you can. They put more points on the board than the other team. Come on. Worst host ever, you like. No,
I can, but I'm going to go with it. The Bills win. I'm backing the Bills. I'd love to see Bills Browns in the AFC.
Would you? I'd love to see a Ravens Browns in it.
Yeah, I get it for that division, but you've had enough success in that division.
They haven't though.
I'm going to go out Bills Brown AFC Championship game. There you go.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to say Ravens Chiefs then.
Okay, so
just because you picked the other two, I'm going to pick them too.
Yeah, I'll give you the team that you're fond of, and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm fond of the Chiefs. Yeah.
Right. Super Bowl losing it.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Packers, Ravens. I'm going to go with.
Oh God, I'd have killed you if you just said Packers, Chiefs. Chiefs v Bucks.
I'm going to go Packers, Ravens. That's what I'm going with. Packers, Ravens.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'd say it's Ravens or Bills because they're both really hot. That's the difference. Those teams are scorching at the minute. They've been playing well, and the Bucks are red hot. So that's why I like the momentum thing. Like the Giants when they won their Super Bowls, just got hot at the right time. So Ravens, Bills. Someone puts the other's fire out, and then they play the Bucks in the Super Bowl. I'm with you on that. Winner of this game wins the Super Bowl. There you go. That's a pretty.
That's a good show. That.
Yeah.
Will Mark Ingram be active for that game?
Yeah.
Because he was able to be active for this game, and they didn't activate him, did they?
Oh yeah, no. Do you want to touch on college football for tonight?
Yeah, college football. Get it up on the screen. It's who's it? It's Clemson. Oh no, they're out. What a shame. What a shame.
Do you not like Clemson?
I don't, mate. Don't understand why they touch a rock.
I watched the film Safety the other day.
Any good?
Disney. No.
There you go. See,
it's not a football film. It's more.
That's why I was like just waiting for you to go. Oh, it was good. And I was going to go. Nah, it's shite.
Yeah, no. There's too much of a love story. I didn't expect that. I don't. What am I looking for here? Am I looking for anything?
I was just going to say just get the two teams up on the screen. But if you're going to have a look properly, like I think it kicks off 1 o'clock, didn't it?
Yeah,
1 o'clock in the morning.
I'll record it.
I'm staying up, mate.
Yeah.
Put it out there. College football is better than NFL. Put it out there.
Yeah, no, a lot of people will agree with you on that, but not for me. Yeah, I can't find it, but
just there. It's right there on the screen in front of you. Just there. Yeah, just click on that. That'll do.
Google.
There you go. Bit of zoomage and we'll be fine. Okay, the zoom. Look. So basically, you've got the Clemson. Not the Clemson. Sorry, they're out again. I keep bringing them up. You've got the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think they're. I can't quite see what it says on your screen. It's 12-0, and then Ohio at 7-0. I had Ohio to get beat off Clemson. Not gonna lie, I really thought that was gonna happen. I kind of was swayed that way because of their lack of games, obviously, with everything that's been going on. Let's go through the results. Go through the results that they've had. Scroll up.
So yeah, they smoked
Notre Dame.
They beat Florida. Just,
That was a good win as well, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a real good win. The Hammered Arkansas,
Obviously.
LSU. By the way, LSU were terrible this year. Auburn looked decent towards the end of the season as well.
Win against Georgia, better win against Texas A&M early on though. So Texas A&M better.
I mean, for me, this is Alabama's to lose. By the way,
I
mean, Ohio State. There was, you know what it is? There was talk of Ohio not even getting in the playoffs.
I know, yeah.
Which I found was weird, but they thumped Clemson. They nicked a win off Northwestern, which was a tough win. I mean, if you look at the results, they're not the greatest. Do you know what I mean? Scroll up and see who else have played. I mean, the Nebraska one, that was a decent one. Penn State, that was close as well, by the way.
This year, Penn State went.
Yeah, Penn State was a diabolical this year. But
I mean, the result of Clemson was good. It's impressive. It was only his the boy won the second loss as a college football player. But yeah, I think Alabama should win this. Will win this.
I think it comes down to that Alabama rushing game. If I'm completely honest, like if they can control that game, or
rush and throw it to is it Devin Smith?
Yeah.
So as long as that happens, they'll be fine. They should win. And then Justin Fields might have a say in it, but yeah, I can't really see it. Justin Fields.
I want to see. This is what I want to see, right? If Justin Fields comes out and has a blind hour game, could he get taken number one?
No chance. Not as long as there's all in my ass will he go number one. Trevor Lawrence is the best QB to come out of college football as a full prospect since.
But isn't there? Who's the talk that the Jags might be hiring as head coach?
I think he's better than Andrew Luck coming out of college. That's how big he is.
Really?
Better than Andrew Luck, yeah. Coming out of college. And he was, I'll say it. Trevor Lawrence is better. Like, this guy played in his first season at 19 against Alabama, who had one of the best defenses. I think 9 of their defense went in the draft.
Yeah.
Nick Saban, at 19 years old, and absolutely pigging smoked him. Like, smoked him at 19.
And I get that, right? He is good. Like, I
promise you now, as a Jags fan, he will come in and be a top tier QB next year, top 15.
Well, of course he will, because whatever team he's going to land at, like especially if he lands at the Jags, they're going to stack players around him. They've
got to land at the Jags. Like, there shouldn't even be discussion. He's landing at the Jags. Bye Minshew, Mania. He's the decent number 2. You've got DJ Chalk. James Robinson looks like a stud.
Yeah.
Come back in the second round and get a decent offensive lineman, maybe a wide receiver. He's a good.
Jags have got 2 first-round picks as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got. Yeah, so you've got one. What is it? 18, I think it is.
Someone there. Get the draft order up. We'll have a little look ski.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Of course, he's predicted to be number 1, though.
Well, if he doesn't, it is the cardinal sin. If he isn't one of the best quarterbacks in the league in 5 years' time,
who's that in the bottom right corner? Like, what's going on there?
Oh, shit podcast.
You shit, man.
Shit, man.
I'll tell you what, there is something I do want to show you actually after this.
No way the Jets take him number 2, but oh god.
Did you hear? I'll tell you what, right? While we're talking about this quickly, did you see what Nickelodeon done for young players of the NFL?
Yeah. No, you've only got one in the first round. I thought it was. It's Miami. Miami somehow have fucking stole that pick.
Miami.
This is what the funny thing is. So that number 3 pick was for, in effect, it was for the left tackle. He's been a good left tackle. Can't remember his name. It's from and Houston traded for him. Houston have now not got a first round pick. They traded DeAndre Hopkins in the worst trade in
history.
So they lost for a second round. They had Andre Hopkins for a second rounder and David Johnson. Horrendous. The Houston Texans also traded for what your boy, the left tackle, can't remember what his name is. Someone will probably comment and say what the left tackle was called. And then they've now traded that to the Miami Dolphins, who are arguably, with that number 3 pick, going to pick up one of the best offensive linemen coming out of the draft in the past 3 or 4 years, the guy from Oregon. So, like, it's an absolute thing of, it's just unbelievable from them.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, just to end this. For anyone that didn't see, like, watch, I'm going to take your screen off because I want your opinion on this one, right?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. It's class.
You've seen it. So, for anyone that didn't know about this, Nickelodeon teamed up with the NFL to make football more entertaining for kids. And this is actually the result of it. So I'm going to play a little bit of it.
Explain what we got here. So the red zone means you're getting close to scoring a touchdown from 20 yards in. That right there is the red zone.
I think this is brilliant, by the way.
You have a really good chance of scoring a touchdown. And once you get close to the...
Everything's kicking off on me thing now.
Oh, yeah. Laramie Tunsil was the guy.
I don't know why it's all kicking off there. My stream just doesn't want to be good today.
And the Jets have got the number 23 pick from Seattle for, I think it was
really good scoring a touchdown.
I don't know why this is lagging so bad today.
A playoff game on Nickelodeon, and you can't have a game on Nickelodeon.
I'm not even going to bother sharing anymore. I've had enough.
So the Jets have 2 and a third rounder. The Jets have just got to get good, really, in this. The problem is I don't like the number 2 pick for them. Like, who are they going to take? Justin Fields? Do you stick with Sam Darnold?
I'll do.
I think so. Get rid of Adam Gase. I think he's gone now, thank God. Get a decent OC in. Get a decent head coach in. Young offensive mind. You've got loads of cap space. Attack free agents to get yourself some decent offensive linemen and wide receivers, and then just double down in the draft. If I was the Jets, here's my pick. I would trade the number 2 pick.
You trade it?
I would trade it. Okay, so hear me out. So I'm going to trade it with, I don't know, somebody who needs a quarterback. So it might be Atlanta might trade up. Atlanta might trade up. Detroit might trade up because they're going to
Patriots.
Yeah, but you don't want to go that far down the draft. And what I would do is I would trade the pick. Obviously that means I'm going to take this year's first from this year's third and next year's first. That's what it's going to be 2 first rounders and a third in it for that pick.
Yeah,
so
I suppose
that's the pick you're going to get. So then that means I'm the Jets with a first rounder, 2 first rounders this year. I think they've got 2 first rounders this year, a second rounder this year, 2 thirds this year, and then 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a third next year. So there's like 10 starters for the second round pick. And what you do. So then you're then Miami basically.
Yeah.
You've got to hope and pray that your boy Darnold is the guy. You just got to hope and pray because you're putting everything around him.
I mean, if not, you're going to get a QB next year, though, aren't you, in that first? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You suck this year and you get it, but you've got talent around them. Yeah, so I think that's the Jets' plan. I think I would personally trade for a first round this year, and then I'll get 6 starters this year and 4 or 5 starters next year. And then I'm thereabouts, I would say, with a shitload of cap space to put all decent free agents around him. And then how far are you off then? When you got 10.
Yeah, I mean, you're not far away.
Especially, the AFC East. Obviously, Josh Allen's, I think, going to dominate that division for the next couple of years. So that's kind of it from the draft, the NFL, from us.
Well, let's end it there, mate, because I'm done. I'm done with this. I want to go get ready, get a few bevies in us, and ready for their football tonight.
Okay. Right, cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Been a pleasure, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Yeah, we'll have a guest next week, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what. Take care, guys.
Bye.